My name's Sean, aka the Savage Ross. I got something different for y'all today. Maybe you're into Bob Ross, maybe into Dragon Ball. Hell, maybe you might be into both. Well, anyway, I got this 16 by 20 kame house with Goku flying over the flying Nimbus, and I'm gonna show you how to do it in about an hour or so. Okay, let's get into it. All right, so you already can tell what I'm gonna be painting today. Hopefully, we're getting the kame house from Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball. So the painting is a lot of dark blues and everything in the sky first. So that's what we're gonna go for with first. We'll go straight into with this brush. We'll go into a little touch phthalo blue. This one's gonna be cool, man. So just pressing a little bit of color in there. I don't want a whole lot of it color. Just start working down. So it's gonna be a little different than a normal painting because I'm gonna want it to be a little more dynamic, you know. But I want it to look cartoony in a way. So I'm gonna blend in my colors a lot today. But I still want it to fade down. But the difference is that the clouds are gonna start really dark and vibrant on the bottom, and then as they go up, they're gonna be a little bit lighter. So I'm gonna try to do that. Well, I'll make this very tranquil. If that's the right word. Put a little more. Try to darken that up. Just in the corners, especially. Might end up going back with some Prussian blue and just kind of touching my corners a little bit. I don't want to do an exact duplicate of the painting, but I want the idea to be there. I'm trying not to add too much paint because then when I add stuff on top of it, I'm gonna have the worst amount of time trying to get the paint to stick on top of it. There'll be a lot of water. Just gonna pull from the sides. I want this part to be a little bit lighter because it's going to kind of give reflection of the house once I get it. But we're going to have to worry about that right now. We're just going to let it happen as it goes. Also, too, what I'm doing, and you're going to notice a lot, I'm trying not to use any paint thinner today. My wife, ever since she had our first child, her nose is like a bloodhound. So even though it is odorless paint thinner and stuff like that, it still gives her a headache. And like I said, we're just going to try to dry wash the brush as best as we can. Got plenty of brushes, so I'll be able to mix and match and go into it. Still gonna beat the devil out the brush though. Shout out to my guy Nathan for making that. All right, so kind of got my base color down. I'm gonna take the same brush that I applied the liquid white with, just some Bob Ross liquid white. I'm gonna try to blend this as fast as I can. Just kind of get all these brush strokes out of there. Like I said, I don't want this to be more of a tutorial type painting. It's just kind of like a paint along type thing, you know. Because realistically, I'm not an art instructor or a paint instructor. I just like to do paintings, and people like to watch, apparently. All right, so let's go into. Let's use. Actually, so myself, I don't like using my 1-inch, 2-inch brushes and stuff like that to make my clouds. I like to use a filber and kind of blend as I come forward with it. The clouds are not going to be a pure white color, so let's mix this up a nice little color right now. Like I said, everything's going to be kind of orangey, so we're just going to make us a good pile of orange, and then we'll kind of play with our values. Just going with some Indian yellow and some bright red. Okay, pretty. Add some cad yellow to that, lighten it up a little bit. That's how I want to make. Ooh, that's nice. That's super nice. So I want to make, like I said, I want to make a good pile of orange, and then I'm going to be mixing it into whites and stuff like that. And you're going to see as the painting progresses. Like I say, obviously it's Dragon Ball, so a lot of the color palettes are your oranges and blues, typical anime type stuff. So give me a nice clean them off the knife real quick. All right. And these are all just regular Bob Ross paints, but if you got Winsor Newton or it doesn't matter the brand, honestly. They all do pretty much the same stuff. Just make sure that it's a nice thick paint. So, like I say, the painting that I'm kind of going off of has a lot of pinks and whites and oranges and different values in the sky. So I'm going to be going into my white, doing some things, and I'm going to kind of go back into it. And like I said, it doesn't have to be a perfect match, but I want it to at least have some good resemblance. So I'm just kind of drawing out my shape of the clouds. And you see how already it gets that blue paint. So I have to make sure we clean the brush off really well. That way we're not diluting our colors. And I'm gonna blend most of this. So like I say, it's not a very big deal. I just want to have a general idea. Like I say, there's gonna be a couple big clouds here. I kind of want the house somewhere in this area. It's gonna be on the island. And then I'm putting something a little extra at the tail end. So I'm just gonna do the little outline. We'll go with a 1 inch. I said, not touching the tips, just blending the middles. We're gonna do this multiple times, so no big deal. Yeah, I'm kind of grabbing some of that color and just kind of moving it. Like I said, I don't want the clouds to kind of all look uniform or anything like that. I say because I want to try to make some layers of clouds like that. Like I said, because there will be some really dynamic white clouds, and then coming forth, they're going to be like some like alizarin crimson and orange and dark colors and stuff, and then I'm gonna do some darker blues down here. So it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be really cool. These I want to blend a little bit more. I'm gonna add a little more pressure on the brush with these. Especially since I got that liquid white on there already. That color just kind of blends it. So I'll tell you what, here, let's hypnotize those clouds. Get my shop towels. Clean the brush off a little bit. All we're doing is just fluffing and then letting them sit in. All right, that'll work. Then let's do the same thing here. Soft. Could use a blender brush, but I'm not too fond of that. Probably just because I really don't know how to use it. That's like just soft across the whole thing. Kind of give these little actions and stuff like that. That's I ain't worried about all these little white lines and stuff like that. That just kind of pull that off. Don't worry about it. So got a cool little cloud here. This one's gonna be in the back. So this one done for now. Start adding some detail on this one. Okay. So let's go. I want to add some really dark spots first. So I really want some depth in there. For that, I'm gonna use a little bit of the midnight black. So my palette, by the way, titanium white, phthalo green, phthalo blue, Prussian blue, midnight black, dark sienna, Van Dyke brown, Lisbon crimson, sap green, cad yellow, uh, yellow ochre, Indian yellow, bright red. So take a little bit of that black, little bit, not a whole lot. What's cool about this black is like almost like a purpley color. I don't think I can like see that. I really like the Bob Ross midnight black because of that. Because black is not black, I'll tell you that much. Because there's like ivory black and all these other different colors. Like so you see how it's like that, got a purple hue almost to it. I really like that color. But yeah, they got like ivory black and all these different colors. I'm just kind of doing these little lines here. Just kind of adding where there'd be a little depth to it. You see like right here? Ooh, there it is. See, right here a little bit. You can do this with a fan brush too. Like I said, I just bought this filbert brush, so I kind of want to use a little bit, kind of break it in. I'm saying this doesn't have to be perfect. Again, we're going to be blending a lot of this. A lot of this is getting blended. So a little more of that color. Just kind of add some shadows where they might be at. And some of these I'm just going to let that natural shadow kind of play itself, you know. Okay. Same thing. Take my brush, blend them out a little bit, and beat some of this excess paint off of it. Hey yo. Still learning how to like which words to say and stuff. I don't even realize until after it comes out. So same thing, I'm just gonna blend in a little bit here and there. So the reason I'm doing this painting is because when I first started doing this, you know, you look at paintings and stuff like that, kind of get some motivation and kind of some ideas and stuff like that. And when I first started, I was like, well, there ain't no way. There's no way I'd be able to do this kind of painting. And like I said, this is about probably like number 147 or something like that. And the YouTube, we've gotten 100 subscribers on it, so I figure, you know, obviously by the title, you know already, but just kind of give you my mindset on this. Told you I wouldn't use this brush, and I ended up using it anyway. I said I want to be a little more gentle on the inside of here. Right now I got that. Now we're gonna go into some of that. Let's get some Lisbon crimson. Want a couple different values. So same thing here. Just gonna make some more clouds. Same rule always applies, so you kind of get your general shape like you want, then blend out, you know. There's a lot of paint on the brush when you're doing these, man. So I just want to kind of put a little sparkle here and there. Then we can do the same thing with the dark colors. a little darkness here and there. Okay. One more good blend on all these. As I'm using the least little pressure right here, trying to barely use any of the hairs on the brush. Just constantly moving it counterclockwise, regular clockwise, up, down, smiley faces, figure of eight. Just want to make the cloud look real airy. I said, hopefully I'll be able to hear the, like so you hear the brush kind of scraping it. So I'm going to go into a nice soft 2-inch clean brush. I just want to float it up. Then, see, that could be scary at first whenever you're doing that whole entire thing. So I suggest when you're learning that, put the brush like barely against it and kind of figure out where, like find a spot that has no consequence and learn how to do that. And then you can go across the whole entire thing without worrying about smearing. Okay. So this area is good. So let's get some more in this area right here. Now, this is where I want to start at in some of this orangey colors. Okay. Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty. Let's see. Let's go. That's it. Again, the picture that I'm looking at, I said if you Google it, you'll be able to find it within no time flat. But I said I don't want to make an exact copy of it, but I just want to do a little bit of my rendition of it, I guess. But like I say, I have no idea if the person that done it, if they did it like a Bob Ross styling or anything like that, And if they didn't, it'd be pretty cool, maybe. I'm not saying I'd be the first one to do it, but that'd be pretty cool, I guess. Soften those up, same thing. Blend the bottom. Leave that top alone. Fluff. Hypnotize. Put some of these colors into there. So it's pretty cool, man, because like I said, that color, I didn't really plan for the color to look that way. But just by being, like I say, just be whatever whenever you're doing these paintings like that, man. Just kind of let the colors happen. Like I say here, we're going to make some of that light and dark together right there. Get a little blend action going. I don't want to have like a hard line of this is where this color stops, this is where this stops. I want it to fade into each other, It's a thing to do, especially at the very beginning, whenever you're painting. Don't don't fall in love with the painting too hard. Like, in other words, like you're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna mess up, So like, don't feel like destroy the painting or whatever if you have a mistake. Like I say, these oil paintings, they're super forgiving. The oil, you can move them, you can, worst come to worst, you just scrape the whole thing out, And like I say, I'm using a lot of the Bob Ross brushes and stuff like that. But like this brush right here, I found this on Amazon for like, Republican John Kennedy good Lord. Won the 2022 Senate election in Louisiana with 61.6% of the vote. Yeah, definitely gonna take that off. Sorry about that. Apparently I said something that set off the lady name that starts with an A. I don't want to say it again and then start talking to me again. So, like I said, now that I got some of these dark colors, got all these little cloud colors going. Like I said, I want to fade off into some darker ones down here. I want some phthalo blue. Kind of kissing the bottom of these. Or Prussian blue, rather. And as it's going away, it's going to get lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. Get a little blend in all that. Knock the excess off. Up, 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 up. All right. My wife dancing in the background on me. I just want to add some sparklers here and there. I'm gonna try to just kind of touch a little bit. How's that a little bit? That's all right. Cool. I tell this story damn near every time I paint, but me, I'm the fraud. My wife, she's the real one. My wife does all kinds of acrylic paintings and stuff like that. Does a lot of really good work. Me, I just do these Bob Ross paintings. As I'm just letting these colors kind of blend themselves. Kind of letting things happen. Not really worried too much about whatever's whatever. A fan brush. This one's starting to get a little dirty on me. What I'm doing is using the corner of the brush like that. Like I say, shout outs to painting with Josh on that. Like I say, if you're into oil paintings and stuff, I'm sure you know who he is already. I don't have to introduce you to him. That's I can use a little bit. There's a little bit different effects I can get with this fan brush, man. That's what I really like. That's why I don't want to use the same exact brush through and through and through, because then it all starts to look uniform. And like they say, ain't no clouds uniform. They all got different shapes and characteristics. And I'm gonna go into a little bit of Van Dyke brown, and then I'm gonna add that orange color to it, just so it kind of dulls it down quite a bit. I'll do that same thing here. We'll kind of have some dark spots. A little bit of. I say may look like, may not look the best yet, but that's the whole thing. You're gonna blend out most of this. It'll work out. I just want these clouds to be very, very dynamic. Future showing here. That was a lie. The house ends up being one of the hardest parts. You'll see whenever I mess up, and might be like the hardest part of this whole entire painting. A lot as far as well, the house is gonna be kind of tough, but I think I said that should be a little bit easier. Let's see. I think I want a little more circular. Okay. I should do it. Yep. Okay. So now we're gonna do the Kame house, Master Roji's house. What I'm doing here is just scraping out the basic shape that I want to do. Just scraping with the paint. That way, when I have to actually apply paint, it's not as hard to do. But you can see what happens. Yeah, I want it right here. Yeah, it might look like a mess, but it'll work out. It'll work out. Okay. So let's go with that roof color first. Actually, so we're going with that orangey color. We'll get some of this mess cleaned up. I say, because the roof is going to be kind of like a really orangey color. And then fade it down just a touch though. Scraping everything up. Basically, I'm giving myself a little outline of the shape of the roof and the angle. Get that little bit of roll right there. Okay. I'm gonna start blocking it. Okay. So this little section here. Once I get the shape, I'll just go ahead and block it in. Same thing as block and then some color. Nothing to worry about too much right now. I said we'll make it look better in a little bit. Just gotta get all that color in there first. Ah, shit. That's what I'm talking about. You'll mess up. Just don't let it tilt you. So I don't want this to look like old wood or anything like that. So what I'm really doing, I'm gonna I kind of like working into the canvas. I want to scrape it off per se. Try to smooth it as possible. Let's see if I can take. If this helps. Yep. Go with the Bob Ross knife. Got a little more of a curvature on the edge. And make a lot of paint. Like I said, I need a lot of paint. Looks like somebody smashed my roof in right now. We'll fix that. We'll get a little bit of orange. We'll touch that up. There we go. Look like all that training Goku did over here. Done beat it to hell and back. Get all this color out of here. Now, go into some pure white. We'll add a little bit of the highlight on top here. So just touch. A little bit more. Touch that. There we go. Let's see. That thing here. Mink. Right there. Good. I'll do the opposite thing on the other side. And make this come out just a touch more. There. Now I need to add that little second area up top here. So same thing. Now it's just like making a mini house, I guess. This one's gonna be lighter. It's gonna be in the light a little more. That orange. Yeah, let's use that. Just gonna kind of dribble down. Kind of let the knife just kind of bounce down. Make sure the angles are all good. All right. Go figure, end up messing up again. Or I messed up here. I tried to put my lines way too wide, and try to get some. I had them going in like a downward angle. Should have been straight across. Scrape across. So I just scrape across and fix it. Throw it. That orange kicking my butt. Okay. This side could be shadowy. Okay. Let's go with some green, some white. Ooh, that's pretty. Push into it. Start adding some grass. Here I'm just adding a little bit of details just on like the roof. I want to add a little bit of shadows, kind of work on little angles right there. Like I said, I kind of forgot to talk a little bit right here. So yeah, I'm just taking my script ladder brush and I'm just working in some stairs, working on some little posts, working on the windows, just little this and that's. Right here, took a little bit of a mixture of my browns, just touching with the knife. Want to get these trees set in. A little bit of paint. Don't want to add too much on there, make it real thick and all that. Doing some palm trees. Put some bark on them first, and then we're gonna put a little bit of some whooshes on them. Use a fan brush. Try to thin it down a good little bit again. Want to use dark green first, and then go with some light ones after that. Put some thin on there. Get that lighter color going. A little bit here and there. Some a little lighter. Goes on phthalo, green, or white. There we go. There we go. Pretty cool. Fix this branch up a little bit. Say he's in the shadow, so I need to put some dark color on him. Doing the same thing on the other side now. Just thin the paint down quite a bit. And then just using my fan brush and filbert brush. That way I can actually make the tree branches and leaves actually look like they're falling down. Kind of give them some finger shapes to them, I guess. Okay. Grass around the foot. Put some stones. Not really stone, but they're sand dunes, I guess. I'm trying to figure out how to do these videos where they're a little more enjoyable. So some of these parts I'm fast forwarding and stuff because it's just little details that, like I say, aren't too interesting or anything like that. But yeah, y'all tell me if y'all like this kind of style of video or not, or just tell me how I can improve on these things. I appreciate everything, honestly. All right, let's get some water. Titanium. Let's go into some liquid white, some of this phthalo blue. Let's start working this. I'm gonna put some indication in here first, and then once I get that, then I'm gonna blend that up. Then we start adding some stuff in here. And a little more grass. Gotta get some water lines going. Same thing, then paint. Honestly, at this point, I'm just kind of fatigued. So I kind of stopped talking a good little bit. I didn't think that this painting would be like super easy to do, but at the same time, it was just a lot of details, and I wanted to make sure that I was doing it right. I kept thinking in the back of my head that I was going to mess up, which is something that I do a lot of times, man. Uh, what I don't do, and I should just walk away from a painting sometime and just kind of look at it from a distance. Because while I'm working on it, I see every little detail that I'm messing up on, and I'm not changing my point of view. And I think if I did that, I could have enjoyed the painting a little bit more. Because, like I say, this definitely isn't bad at all, and I definitely got what I wanted out of it. But like I say, sometimes you kind of mess yourself up when you do that. Now I'm gonna start working on the Nimbus cloud. So I'm making a little mix of cad yellow and some titanium white. I'm gonna start by making the little cloud part, and then we're gonna add in the trail across the whole entire painting. That's gonna be the coolest part if it works out, man. The reason I wanted to put all these oranges and everything was so that I didn't make green whenever I tried to add this part. I need more white. Whew, nervous. So I put out a chisel. So I just go shoom. I gotta make that connect. Whew. 3, 2, 1. Again, I just want to thank everybody, man, because we broke the 100 subs, so this was kind of something special. I wanted to paint because of that. Uh, I'm just a guy painting, and I ain't anything special at this, but y'all seem to enjoy it, and I appreciate that a lot. I really do. This was just something, a bucket list idea that I had, and it turned into something else, and I'm super appreciative of that. I'm glad that people actually enjoy me doing this because I enjoy doing it, you know? Let's do the same thing. I'm gonna blend that. Once I blend this, should be alright. Actually, put this off. We're just gonna blend that part and the bottom part. There we go. Let's go. Put some thin into this. Same thing. I just want that zoom. Where'd it go? There it is. A little bit dark. As you're gonna see in the next bit, I actually scrape a lot of this off and I end up redoing it. Um, Once I stopped recording, I went back to the painting and I started doing a whole lot of different things on it. But in the next part, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about as far as what the painting looks like and what I need to do next. Okay, this is about as far as I'm gonna get with this painting. I gotta wait for everything to dry up a little bit. I'm gonna do the Kame house across here, and then I'm gonna draw Sun Goku on the Nimbus cloud, and then it should be done after that. Right, back at y'all like we never missed. As you can see, I already got the Kame house, and I already did that little drawing of Goku on the Nimbus cloud. I'm just gonna go ahead with my pen, and I'm gonna go ahead and trace it out. Super simple. What I'm gonna do afterwards, hopefully, just gonna kind of clean these edges out a little bit. I said it's almost like turning to like a clay. So I was thinking about coming back with. And repainting. But the cool thing is, it almost looks like chip paint. Well, obviously, but I mean, like on the house, it looks like chip paint like that. And the undercolor is there, the blue that I added at the beginning. So it looks like this was painted previously. You know what I mean? I said I might let it dry just a little bit more, and then I can go ahead and kind of scrape it off just a little bit. As you can see, that paint's so thick that we can kind of make it look old like that. Okay. Just a little bit though, not a whole lot. Clean the pen off. We're ready if I get a pen that works. Okay, now that I got a pen that actually works a little bit, let me double check it, make sure. It's canvases, sometimes the pen will work for you, sometimes it won't. So I've got the outline of Goku. What I'm going to do.
Okay, so I
Just do a
ended up finding a
very,
gel pen, but I
very light
accidentally let my microphone
trace
die,
of it.
so now I'm voicing over right here. I figured out that the canvas really takes good shape with the pen,
I say it's
so I'm
hard
just adding
to
a little detail on
really want like a gel
the
pen or
edges
something like
of the
that.
windows, the bushes, just on the side of the house. That way it has a little bit, I want the side of the house to be way darker than the side of the house that's obviously in the light. And then I'm just putting a little bit behind each letter. That way it looks a little more 3D-ish.
All right, let's go ahead and finish this. Adding a little bit of titanium white on my fan brush. Pretty much I want Nimbus to be flying through a cloud, right? That's just my own little touch that I want to add on it. So we're just gonna make like a big, like circular area right here. That's how I want it to like it's exploding through here, just like so. Okay. Make sure I leave a lot of space. That way, when I blend, it's gonna fade backwards. I want to kind of make it like shooting off this way a little bit. I'll just add a little bit to my corner. Like I said, it's a lot more dry this time, so I need to make sure I'm moving my brush a lot. Just don't stay in one spot, because then it's gonna look like a big old marshmallow. So whenever I blend, I'm gonna blend it more back this way. Okay, make it a little brighter. Let's add Indian yellow and some cad yellow. So I just want to touch a little bit. Get some of those spots here and there. Not too much. Just want to differentiate to my dark areas and my light areas. Blend it up a little bit, see what we get.
I don't like this area right there. So what I'm gonna do, just get rid of it. Then we'll blend it out like that. A little more white just because, like I said, because I want that circular shape. So let's add the white here, just to kind of differentiate my border. I said my buddy that bought this paint from me, he's gonna love this. He's putting it in his man cave. It's really cool. All right, I don't want to over touch on this too much because then that'll piddle it to death. Just come behind and zoom, just like so. One more little, throw it off just a little bit. I have one of them ideas. Got a little bit of dark behind this area, not a whole lot though. Touch. I just want to differentiate, like kind of make it look like it's a little angle to it. Okay, more on this side than so. A bit on the bottom, not a lot. Okay. One more time. A nice little blend. Ooh, look at that. That's OD. I like that. Man, I like that, me. Throw it off to the side a little. Okay. Now, theoretically, the easy part, right? So that means I'm gonna mess it up about 10 times. Let's try to get Goku going. Should just be a little touch. So it doesn't have to be perfect. So we just want to put the indication of. Okay. Going to the black. Get that signature hair going. Little tail. Okay. And then let's try to make a little flesh color. We're gonna do that would be some yellow ochre, a little bit of excuse me, yellow ochre, alizarin crimson, and a touch of titanium white. I said not a whole lot, just a little. I just need some indication right there. All right, good enough. And like I said earlier, I want to add a little bit more detail in this. Just a little bit of a touch like that a little bit as a shadow area, like so. Add a little yellow right here. Just kind of indicate Goku's seat. A little blend action. Make it all mixed together. Kind of more of a chibi Goku than anything, but it works. Bravery test once again. I don't want to fluff it up, but at the same time, I don't want him to touch Goku. Perfect. Don't tell my wife I did that. And that's it. I think we got us a... No, actually, I lie. Oh, no. My baby says it's time for me to finish this thing up. Grand reveal. That contact paper. Peel that off. Take it out of this little holster. Ooh. Pretty cool. I said we'll take some white paint and I'll clean that edge just a little bit at the very end of it, but all in all, I think that's a good painting. Let me get a little signy on it. Let's do a little corner right here. That's it. Knocked out another one.